like if you think the video is cool, subscribe if you want to see more, and hit the bell if you want to see more as well. And share with your friends, know more people, and comment down below. Anyway, let's get on with the video then. Now I tend to post a lot of Kamen Rider and Super Sentai videos on this channel, but that doesn't mean I also don't like the American superheroes, some of my favorite being the DC heroes. Ah yes, I don't read any of the comics. In fact, I've never read any DC comics, which is, some people are gonna hate me for that, but I've watched almost all the cartoons. I love Justice League and Justice League Unlimited. I loved Young Justice. It was amazing and deserves a season 5. If that ever happens, please let that happen. And I've seen some of the animated movies. I don't think I've ever seen any live action movies, but I am going to see Blue Beetle when it comes out, because that movie looks awesome. And maybe I'll even see Flash, who knows. But I also haven't seen any of the CW shows because I have not heard great things about them from the clips. I don't know, maybe I'll see them, who knows. But I'm getting off topic. So, I decided for some fun and for the first video of this year, of 2023, I'm ever gonna post. How about we do my top 10 favorite DC heroes? You might agree with some of them. You might think some of my suggestions or heroes are stupid. Just tell me in the comments below, because I know you're going to tell me how dumb my ideas are and how stupid my choices are. But also tell me who your favorite heroes are in the comments below after this video is over, or while the video is going, just whenever. Alright, tell me who your favorite heroes are. Anyway, let's get on with the rankings. This is going to be fun. Starting off the list with a character I didn't even know existed until Young Justice. Artemis Croc, aka Tigress, daughter of Sportsmaster and sister of Jade. Sorry, that was my mom. Just in case you didn't know who she was. I didn't. I never knew who this character was, but now I do know after watching Young Justice, and I am super glad. I don't know how she is in the comics, so all of my opinion is based on the show. But I really loved her in the show. So she was a certified bad A. It's just one way to put it. I could put it as what it actually is, but I don't know if YouTube will like that because I haven't uploaded in a while, and I don't know what their policy is, so I'm just gonna not risk that. But anyway, she was yet another Arrow user in the show, which actually there are a lot of Arrow users in the show, and when you really think about it, it's Green Arrow, Speedy, Arsenal, Arrowette. You know who Arrowette is? Okay, I'm getting sidetracked, whatever. But I don't really have anything to say about her that much. She was just really cool. She was the mentor to some of the newer characters like Geoforce and Terra, even Halo. She's pretty much like Speedy's little sister, you know, Speedy. I forgot Speedy's name. God damn it. She was pretty much Speedy's little sister now, because they bicker and argue like siblings do. She was Wally's girlfriend before he passed. Rest in peace, Wally. And she was just a really cool character. Being able to do some cool flippy tricks and cool arrow shots, and being able to keep up with all the superpowered individuals with no powers. Which is, you gotta commend what the people with no powers in the DC universe being able to fight people like Superman and stuff, because she was able to hold her own against Miss Martian. Granted, they were trying not to like beat each other up too badly because they were doing something back then, but whatever, it doesn't matter. And the transition from being just Artemis to then Tigress, who we then learned in season 1, was actually her mom's persona when she was like a assassin or whatever, or vigilante, is really cool. Or was she the huntress? Oh, whatever. She's pretty much like her mom. No, pretty much was like her mom before her mom was in a wheelchair. But anyway, this is getting really long. Basically, Artemis is cool, and and the reason she's only on number 10 when I'm saying this much about her is because I don't really have anything else to really say about her, and I kind of like the others more. I have more stuff to say about the others, but she's cool. Yeah, she was cool. Anyway, moving on. This one I'm gonna make a little shorter because I have a little less to say about this one. I literally just said, hey, the Artemis is low because I don't have much to say about her, and I have less to say about this one, but whatever, okay? I like this character a little more. Bart Allen, aka Impulse. Flash's future grandson, which I think is cool. Like they could have just made him Wally's future son, but then that would make no sense because then he'd come back and if Wally died, then that wouldn't make sense. Whatever. So Impulse is basically like ADHD incarnate, which makes sense. He does have super speed, but he's just like ADHD incarnate. Really, he has to be doing a thing. He's pretty much comic relief after Wally died, because there's gotta be a Flash that can be comic relief. And honestly, I want them to use Impulse in more stuff because he's so cool. He's just so cool. And it's just such a showboat. I especially like the part in Young Justice where he like ran around, collected rocks, and made it into just like a picture of himself. And the friendship he has with Blue Beetle in the show is also really funny. Stealing his food and just trying to keep him from going evil, which he did in the end. Cool. And in the show, he actually becomes Kid Flash after, Wally's passing. So, he doesn't stay Impulse for long, but still. Also, he's gay, apparently, which I think is cool, too. More representation. Do that. I don't really know what to say anymore. But, yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say about Bart. He's fun, he's hyperactive, he's ADHD incarnate, and he's a nice legacy character for Wally. So, Bart Allen. He needs to be in more stuff, more shows. If we ever get a Teen Titans reboot, I want him to be in that show. I want him to be a Teen Titan. Or you can just make Young Justice Season 5. Come on, just do it already. God. Despite not knowing a lot about this character, Tim Drake is honestly probably my favorite Robin. Which is honestly kind of confusing because, one, he's been in the least stuff, and two, I, again, don't know much about him. I know that he was the first Robin to actively choose to want to be Batman's partner. Like, he wasn't just forced into it because, oh no, his parents died. Oh no, he stole from Batman. Oh no, he was cloned from Batman and this villain. No, he just walked up to Batman like, hey, I figured out your secret identity. Let me be Robin because the other one's dead. That's pretty much how it went, right? But yeah, again, all I know from DC are the shows. I don't watch most of the comics. But Tim Drake in Young Justice is pretty cool, trying to be a leader and step up as Robin. And in Batman the Animated Series, I haven't seen the whole show, sorry. I've seen some episodes and clips, and Tim Drake was fun there. But a lot of people say Tim Drake was more like Jason Todd in that show, which I kind of agree. Got doing a crime, pretty spunky and just like charging to battle head first, pretty disobedient. Seems like Jason Todd to me. But honestly, I'm pretty much just putting him up here as I because I want to see him in more stuff. Come on. Like in the last entry when I said Bart Allen, if there's ever like a Teen Titans reboot or whatever, make a new Teen Titans show besides Teen Titans Go, because that show fucking sucks. Oh no, I said I swear, YouTube's gonna kill me. I'll be fine. I want to see Tim Drake in that show. I want to see Tim Drake in like a Teen Titans reboot, because I want to see Tim Drake in more stuff. He was cool in Young Justice, especially in the scene where he, Blue Beetle, and there's another guy there. It was Tim Drake, Blue Beetle, and Lagoon. He was Aqualad at that time. Lagoon were like fighting off these aliens, and he was like being such a badass, even without his cape. As we all know, the cape just empowers the superhero. Cape's a great design choice. Ask Edna Mode from Incredibles. Okay, no, but pretty much I want to see Tim Drake in more stuff as Tim Drake. I saw those Batman shorts. It was like, I forgot what they were called. But it was like Batman Unlimited shorts. And he was cool there. He was fun. He acted kind of like a child, like a smart child, even though I think he was an adult in that show, which I think is funny. But yeah, Tim Drake needs to be in more stuff, as Robin or Red Robin. You can tell that I am mainly getting these characters' personalities from Young Justice. Yeah, it was the main show I watched, okay? I've watched like all the seasons. It's really good. You should watch it too if you haven't. And petition to make Young Justice Season 5 a thing? I mean, come on, just make Young Justice Season 5. It's so good. The show's so good. But whatever, I'm getting off topic. Miss Martian for number 7. I didn't really know what to think about Miss Martian first when I first saw her. Like, oh, is this a real character? Was this a character made for the show like Harley Quinn and Static Shock were and Superman and the Batman cartoons? Nope, she existed in the comics before. Just never heard of her once again. Young Justice is really good at taking characters I've never heard of and making them think. Like, who's heard of Mr. Twister? Yeah, he was an actual character in the comics, I'm pretty sure. Maybe he's not. I don't know. I need to look that up. But anyway, Miss Martian. They somehow made a fun, bubbly, sweet character and made her smart too, which is honestly fun. Also, I love her relationship with Superboy. Let's talk about her relationship with Superboy for a second. Yeah, there was some drama with, oh, your mind control. You need to control that. And, oh, it's dangerous. And, oh, you lied to me about working with Batman and the other stuff. But honestly, their relationship is so sweet. And if there is ever a season 5, please let there be a season 5, please, please, please. I hope they do have a child, because I want to see that. Like, just like an entirely new child for that show. Make a new superhero for that show. They can do that, right? Or maybe fall back on a pre-existing superhero, whatever. But anyway, Miss Martian is cool. Also, her being a white Martian is pretty fun because I'm pretty sure in the comics, the white Martians are kind of evil. Like, right? Aren't the white Martians evil in the comics? I don't know. I probably shouldn't talk about the comics when I haven't read any of them. So yeah. But anyway, oh, and I like how in the future in her job, she's a child psychologist, which I guess makes sense for her. She's really good at relating to children, and her being a part of Garfield, aka Beast Boy's origin story, is honestly really clever in the show. Like transforming green character with the transforming green character and then being siblings now. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I really like that. But yeah, so like I said about Miss Martian, a bubbly, fun character who I'm glad they added in Young Justice. That was pretty cool. They could have added just like Wonder Girl or something. Be like, all right, there you go, there's Superboy's wife. But they decided to add a character, and I'm pretty sure not all people have known. So thank you, Young Justice. All right, no time to dilly dally. I'm never saying that again. Let's just hurry up. We have Blue Beetle, the Jaime Reyes one, because that's the one I grew up with in Young Justice. Oh wow, Young Justice again? You really like that show, don't you? Yeah. Blue Beetle is cool. I mean, he's getting a movie about him just like very soon, so obviously he's pretty cool. So what makes Blue Beetle so cool, you ask? Well, he's got an alien parasite little scarab thing attached to his body that can form awesome weapons and sonic cannons. He's pretty much Bug Tony Stark over here. He's Bug Tony Stark. He's Spider-Man Tony Stark if they like combined, I guess. But pretend Spider-Man is a Beetle now. Okay, that was a dumb analogy. I'm not doing that. Yeah, he wasn't trained by the former Blue Beetle, who was Ted, I think, Ted Cord. Yeah, Ted Cord, because he died before, sadly. And in the show, he was actually a big part of the show too, with the whole Beetle and the Reach thing, the Reach plot for season 2. Oh man, that was such a good arc. Yeah, it's called an arc, Vaughn. Yeah, that's such a good arc. Oh man, and him being evil in the future was not something I was expecting them to do in the show. Like Bart came back from the future, be like, I have to stop you from being evil and taking over the world. I'm like, dang, that got dark. Yeah, but now he's chill. Also, I love his interactions with the Beetle. Actually, the Beetle's like, kill everything and destroy that, cause mayhem, and Jaime's just like, no, stop it. I don't think we're gonna get that in the movie because the Beetle is like just they basically just made it Tony Stark's like little AI assistant in some of the newer Marvel movies. It was like Tony Stark, blah blah blah, and in the movie she seems like make your weapon and do other things, which is kind of dumb because I liked the little back and forth the Beetle and Jaime had where Jaime was like, I'm not gonna kill everything. The Beetle was like, kill everything. They're like, no, and they reached an agreement sort of in the future, but it was cool. It was cool. But yeah, Jaime Reyes. Can't wait to see the movie when it comes out. It's gonna be so good. It looks so good. They gave him a freaking giant Buster Sword. Like, come on. All right, next we have everyone's favorite Titan. Yes, I am going with that, and that is my fact. Fight me. Okay, don't fight me. I'm probably going to wimp out. Halfway across the list, we have Beast Boy. Beast Boy. Now, Beast Boy from Young Justice and Beast Boy from Teen Titans, two completely different characters. Pretty much. Just two completely different characters, which I really like. I mean, they're both sort of the same. They both joke around. They both, like, pull pranks sometimes. They both, like, act like children sometimes. But then, well, that's only Beast Boy in, like, Season 2. Now, Season 3 Beast Boy from Young Justice, oh, man, that gets different. Let's talk about Teen Titans Beast Boy for a second. I do like Teen Titans Beast Boy, but I like Young Justice Beast Boy more. Teen Titans Beast Boy, he's a fun character. He's such a dork. He's just such a dork. I love his friendship with Cyborg. He just jumps around, makes jokes no one laughs to. He has this relationship with Raven that never got just realized. He had a relationship with Terra until Terra forgot who he was. Yeah, he was also great in that one Teen Titans Judas Contract and Teen Titans uh, Terra movie. I forgot what they were called. They're two animated movies. Beast Boy pretty much just acted like the Teen Titan self. He joked around. He was pretty silly. Also, the dance scene was great with him just dancing. But yeah, cool. Anyway, let's talk about the Young Justice Beast Boy. Young Justice Beast Boy is completely different, sort of. He still worked with the Doom Patrol for a while. I don't know when he did that. When did he do that? Like, did it happen after his mom died? And then when the Doom Patrol died, then he worked with the the team? Whatever. He's the leader of the Outsiders, which, yeah, they put the Outsiders in the show, but instead of Batman creating it and Black Lightning just creating that team for some reason. I don't know. I haven't read the comics. The Outsiders. Beast Boy created it for all the smaller teenage heroes to have something of their own. A little superhero team of their own that was outside the actual team, a little secret team until it wasn't a little secret team. And he really stepped up. He was leader. He was the big boss, head honcho, and he was also clinically depressed for most of season 4. Yeah, after Superboy, quote unquote, died, his little death of Superboy, he was just super depressed, which was really sad seeing him like that, because he was like my favorite character, and it was really sad seeing him like that. But he went through his own mini arc, like trying to, work through it, and I think it was handled well. I think it was good. He had to break up with Perdita, who I'm pretty sure who's Perdita again. I don't know. Was she like? Is she Terra? Or did he break up with Terra, who was? I'm confusing myself. I need to look up the characters more. Probably, but what was I again? Beast Boy, right? Beast Boy. Beast Boy is a fun character. I like him. He's funny, and yeah. Moving on, halfway there. And now we are here to talk about the greatest hero you've never heard of, Booster Gold, the dorkiest superhero I have ever met, who is also somehow the cockiest. Oh yeah, he's like if the dorky Superman got an ego. But yeah, Booster Gold's pretty much here for his Justice League action persona and that one episode in Justice League Unlimited, which was great. If you haven't seen it, let me just explain it to you. So Booster Gold was like feeling unappreciated, feeling like he's getting all the small jobs. Like he's like, hey, can I get bigger stuff, so I can be like a hero and get merchandise and be super famous. And Batman obviously was like, no. And he was like, okay, Batman. But yeah, then he went on a mission where he was just crowd control. He's like, I can do more stuff. But then there was something else going on while the city was being destroyed. This guy had like a black hole like a black hole can. I forgot what the enemy was, but it was like sucking up everything. It even sucked up his little robot friend Skeets, which was a really sad moment. And then Booster Gold had to stop it. He had to step up and be a hero. Even if no one knew what happened, even though nobody saw it, even though people thought Booster Gold was just like goofing around and not doing crowd control. A scientist saw it though, the scientist lady, and she told Booster Gold that he was a hero, which was nice. It was a cute little scene. Also a little ship moment if you ship Booster Gold and that scientist whose name I don't remember. But yeah, Booster Gold and Justice League Action never had an episode like that, because Justice League Action was pretty much just your straight up fun superhero show. But in that show, he was just a dork. He made his own little, like Jurassic Park type thing where he got all the dinosaurs, put them in a park, then he ruined it because his reasoning was like he saw a movie and he wanted to do it, but he then got bored and then forgot. Which is amazing. And then one episode, okay, that's kind of the famous episode. I don't really remember any. Oh yeah, there was this one Justice League Action short where Wonder Woman got him like the lasso of truth, and he just started going on this little thing about how he ate paint as a kid, or paste or glue or whatever as a kid, and he's like, it was just a really funny moment. Okay, it was just really funny. Booster Gold's a really funny character that can be used to be sympathetic, or like, he could grow a lot, because he's super cocky. He's like kind of like very vain, and he pretty much just went back to be a superhero so he could make money and be super famous. That's literally his backstory. He was a football player who got his hands on some time stuff and then went back in time so he could be super famous. That's pretty much his whole backstory. So, he needs to be used in more stuff. If there's ever Young Justice Season 5, make it happen. I want him to be in that too. I want him to be in like a Justice League movie or like get his own animated movie. Give him his own animated movie. I'd see that. I'd watch it. But yeah, moving on. 3 more left. Oh man, this list is going by not fast, but it's going by. All right, we've made it to the top 3, and in the top 3, you know who it is. It's Static Shock. Superhero Static Shock. Sorry, I really like the theme song. Virgil Hawk and Static Shock. Nerd getting picked on by Biz Money B. Sorry, I really like that name. It's really stupid. Good old Biz Money B. was a white guy, which makes it even funnier somehow. Then he was like in a gang shooting or whatever, and then he got smoked by like tear gas, which gave him superpowers, and that was his origin story. He got smoked by like tear gas, and that gave him electrical powers. But forget about that. Virgil is cool, like really cool. He is a nerd in the show, which I can respect. He's likable. He's fun. He's nice to his friends, and he's just a big. He's just cool, I guess. I don't really know how to put him. He was also in Young Justice too. Static Shock in Young Justice. I think he just went by Static in Young Justice though, but yeah, where he was again a very fun character, very fun. He actually pretty funnily he was with these other 3 teenagers who were pretty much just child versions of some of the Super Friends International, is what I'm going to call them. Long Shadow, or whatever he was called back then, Apache Chief, the Samurai, and El Dorado, who were pretty much just the racial stereotypes of the Super Friends members. But they made them cool in Young Justice. They're not on the list, by the way. Just telling you, those 3 aren't on the list. But yeah, Virgil also has really fly powers. Like he does so much with electricity. He can control metal for some reason. Don't know how he does that, but it's cool. He flies with a little discus thing. He shocks people, and he's just real powerful electricity. Has an entire rogues gallery of original villains, pretty sure. Well, some of them aren't original, but you know what I mean. Taken from the Milestone comics, most of them probably. And look, he's mainly this high on the list because Static Shock is a great show, and it's amazing, and he was an amazing main character. So he was fun. He was actually kind of relatable, and he was just a good guy all around, a good superhero. He was pretty much DC Spider-Man when you really think about it. Oh my god, he was just DC Spider-Man when you really think about it. Oh my god. But yeah, he was cool. He deserves to be number 3. It's not a very shocking placement, get it? Very shocking because he electricity, and you get it, yeah, shocking because electricity, yeah. Alright, let's talk about one of my favorite characters who got snubbed in Justice League Unlimited and Young Justice. Plastic Man for number 2. Now, you might be wondering, why is Plastic Man so high? What? You like him more than you like Static Shock? Explain. Well, I have a very good explanation for this. You see, he's funny. And? He's funny? Seriously? Okay, yeah. Pretty much. Look, he's a fun character, okay? It can't always be super dark, edgy, I'm Batman, I'm Red Hood, I'm edgy McEdgerson. I just love the funnier characters. I love the Bart Allens. I love the Booster Golds, the Beast Boys. Wow, they all have B's in front of their names, except for Plastic Man. That's pretty funny. Also, he has a very interesting backstory. A criminal who was then dipped in, plastic stuff, whatever, something that melted his body, and then he decided to become good after Batman bailed him out of jail. So, it was pretty cool. Also, I love his name back then, E.L. O'Brien. Well, technically it was Patrick or something, but whatever. Okay, E.L. O'Brien was a cool nickname. But anyway, yeah, Plastic Man's funny. And like I said, he was snubbed in Justice League Unlimited and Young Justice. First of all, he had no speaking lines in Young Justice, only appearing for 1 scene. 2 scenes technically, if you count that meeting room where he was a still image, where he just saved some guy, gave him a thumbs up, and then left. And then, of course, his iconic scene in Justice League Unlimited. Oh, you don't remember that scene? Probably because it didn't fucking happen. Yeah, Wonder Woman said, "Oh, we don't need you, Elastic Man, or whatever your name was, the purple guy who can also stretch. We have Plastic Man. Oh, yeah, actually, Plastic Man isn't here because the animators didn't feel like it, I guess. So you can come with us anyway." Yeah, Plastic Man wasn't even in there. He was just like, "Hey, we got Plastic Man. We're not gonna show him, though." Which is dumb. I'm glad he's in Justice League Action and Batman Brave and the Bold. He was funny in both of the shows. He was basically the major comic relief, transforming into different stuff. And in Batman Brave and the Bold, he even had a sidekick who was just a fat dude. Who was just a fat dude. Like, that's pretty much it. Honestly. Also, he had his own, like, shorts. He had a bunch of shorts based after him, and all of them were amazing. There was this one short where he had to convince all the people of the city where he wasn't an adult who slept with a teddy bear and pretend that the teddy bear was an evil bad guy and he just destroyed the teddy bear. Or when he had to mail the stamp, he had to mail a letter like for his electricity bill and just got stopped by a bunch of supervillains who I've never heard of, who I'm pretty sure don't even like exists actually. And if they do, I'm looking them up, and if they do actually exist, I will laugh for so long. But yeah, Plastic Man, just a silly character. I think he was supposed to get his own series, but he never got one, which I think is criminal. Give Plastic Man his own series. He deserves it. Make it like an adult series or a kid series. I don't care. I'm gonna watch I'd watch the crap out of Plastic Man the animated series. Okay, I'd watch the crap out of it. Okay, DC, give me Plastic Man the animated series and give me it now. I need it. Oh, okay. Now let's move on. Final character on the list. Final character I want to talk about. R.I.P. Wally West. Best friend, comic relief, sometimes serious character, all around cool guy. Whether he was in Justice League Unlimited, where he was the Flash, or Young Justice, where he was Kid Flash, Wally West is a great character. Comic relief sometimes, making jokes, going around, being just a silly guy, acting kind of like a child, but can honestly also be serious at some moments. Let's talk about Justice League Unlimited for a second. Most of the episodes where Wally's in, or at least some of the main, where he was like the main focus on Justice League Unlimited and Justice League, he tried to prove to everyone that he's not a kid, that he can be serious and a good superhero. There's also this one line in Justice League Unlimited where he was like, "They treat me like a kid sidekick," which I think is a funny nod to the fact that in most universes, Wally West is Kid Flash. So, I think that's a funny little nod to that. But he pretty much just acted like kind of like a child, just Unlimited. He was also super, super flirtatious, just a shameless flirt, which was also a fun part of his character. And but he was also like the city superhero, like the kind neighborhood superhero. Even though he worked for the Justice League, which goes around fighting criminals, but he still acted like the neighborhood superhero, opting to help the trickster instead of just beating the crap out of him. And which I think was a nice scene. It was a nice scene showing that he's just a really friendly guy. And in Young Justice, he was still a friendly guy, best friend to Dick Grayson, who was Robin at the time and Nightwing then. He was retired when he got a bit older, and then he died. But let's talk about before he died. He saved a princess of an entire country, not even knowing she was like the princess of a country. That was a nice episode. It was a Wally-centric episode. The Justice League and the Young Justice team was fighting this alien force or whatever, and Wally was saving a princess from Count Vertigo. So that was a great episode. Really a fun Wally-centric episode. There was also another sort of Wally-centric episode where he was Doctor Strange for a little while. He was like, I don't believe in magic," and he was like, "Okay, fine, I believe in magic." I believe. And I also liked his relationship with, what was it called again? Artemis. She's on the list. I literally said her name like a few minutes ago. Whatever. I like their relationship in the show. Enemies to lovers and all that. That's a trope. I'm not gonna admit, I don't really feel for that trope all that much, but it was fun. It was handled well in the show. I think their ship name is called Spitfire, which I think is a good one. That's a good ship name. But yeah, Wally's cool. Wally was fun. He was just a great guy in both Young Justice and Justice League and JL and JLU. And I'm so sad that he died in Young Justice. I'm so sad, Wally. I want him to come back, but I also kind of don't want him to come back because that would make all the arcs for the characters who had to experience Wally's death kind of inconsequential. Whatever. All right. But yeah, Wally, probably my favorite DC hero for now. It could always change in the future, but for now, my favorite DC hero is Wally West. All right, and that's it. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and go check other things out. And yeah, I guess I'll see you all later. Hopefully, I can post more videos during the summer. You know, no more superhero videos. Maybe some different type of videos than just top 10s. I don't know, I'll figure it out. But for now, I'll see you all later. Have a great day, and I love you all.